Talk now. The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views of WSIC.
I want to see the kind of industries that are opening up.
This is Local Biz Now with Joe Vagnone, where your business matters. Local Biz
You
Now.
have to determine what is working, what isn't working.
Joe Vagnone is a respected business broker, helping individuals buy and sell businesses. Joe has successfully owned and operated many companies in a variety of industries. This is Local Biz Now, because your business matters.
Yeah! You are listening to the #1 talk business show in North Carolina. Welcome to the Live Burner Cigar Studio, home of the finest premium cigars and cigar smokers in the world. Great people, premium cigars. Life is good at Burner Cigars, located in Birkdale Village. Go on by there, tell them Joe sent you, and your first cigar is on me. We hope to inspire, inform, and entertain you. That's what we do every Monday afternoon. So sit back, relax, because that's what we do here at News Talk WSIC. 105.9 FM, 100.7 FM, 1400 AM. I am Joe Vagnone, and this is Local Biz Now. We've been going strong for well over 11 years. We've had over 850 small business owners and community leader interviews, and about 600 of those are on our YouTube channel. Please go to Joe Vagnone Business Broker and see all of those on the YouTube. They've done an exceptional job, and we would appreciate it if you would subscribe to Joe Vagnone Business Broker. We would appreciate that, and we'll be sending you out all this information, and today is no exception. We will be sending out today's show as well. We are live on the tubes, live on the book, live on the X, live on the chain. And for those of you that don't know Joe Talk, that is Facebook, YouTube, X, and LinkedIn. Please go there. And I am following Facebook. So if you want to ask a question of our guest, be more than happy to try and fill that in. So you are listening to Local Biz Now, where your business matters. And every month I have a new co-host. This is no exception. Brand new month, brand new co-host with a brand new name that I'm not going to get right. And she gave me permission to give her a nickname, which I've already come up with it.
Oh,
I got it.
I was going to ask you, did you
I
come
got
up
it.
with it? Okay.
And it's going to fit really good too.
Let's hear it.
But let me try first to get your name correctly.
Okay.
Solonia Wade-Baskins. How am I doing on that?
Very close.
Okay.
So
Co-owner of Progressive Business and Finance. You might remember because she was on the show 6 or 7 months ago, was it?
Yeah, about 6 or 7, maybe October. Yes.
So for those that did not remember, what is Progressive Business Finance all about?
So Progressive Business and Finance, we are your business financial consultants. And so we provide creative alternative lending for businesses and commercial investors. And so for some of you who don't understand what that means, is that if you go to the bank,
They know what that means. No,
know that?
you provide the answer after they hear no.
That's exactly what we do. Boom, I could not have said it any better. Joe, boom, checkpoint. Yes. When they say no, you come our way.
You come to Solo.
That's it. There you go.
Solo Finance.
Whoa.
We are Solo Finance. We can get you finance.
I'm about to take that and run with it.
You like that,
Yep.
don't you? Okay.
Absolutely.
We got a marketing person as our co-host coming later on the show. She will either approve or reject my marketing prowess as we go through that. So Solo, by the way, that's your nickname. You gave me permission to give you one. I just gave you one.
I love it.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you the same thing I tell my son. It don't matter if you like it or not. Once it sticks, it sticks. There's not much you can do about it. Just
now,
run
Joe,
with it.
when I'm walking around the Lake Norman area and I hear somebody say Solo, I'm gonna say Joe. There you go.
Solo can get you a low financing rate. Give her a call, Progressive Business Finance. If they wanted to reach you, how could they reach you?
So you can, my email is swade-baskins, that's SWADEBASKINS @progressivebusinessfinance.com, or you can call my cell or text me at 980-306-4467.
Now, the last time you were here, you had your husband with you.
Absolutely.
I
yes.
called him your emotional support
That is my better half. He is definitely my emotional support.
Do you think he's listening right now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. He's gonna talk about me later, but yes, he's listening right now.
So you guys started this, but you both came from kind of different places.
We
Talk about the
did.
start of that.
The start of that is, and I have a funny story for that. I tell a lot of people may have heard it. My dad was actually a business owner. I'm from Jersey City, New Jersey. My dad was a business owner, but that's all he was a self-employed business owner. And so I did not get a good experience from him owning laundromats, having rentals, a club. He started a franchise Subway, but I did not have a good experience, right? And so I always saw him work a lot. He fell ill at 55. He didn't get time to appreciate everything he worked for, and that was my experience. And so fast forward, I meet my husband living in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I move up here to be with him, just like a woman, right, Emily? Move here to be with my husband, right?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
There you go.
So
I
much
move
in
here
common.
to be with him, uproot
Yeah.
my life and come on over here. And so I didn't want to work anymore. And the first thing he says to me is, "Let's start a business." And know what I said to him?
Not a chance, and I'm moving back to Jersey.
That's what I said. Absolutely not. And I did not move here for that. And he was like, "It's perfect." And I said, "Absolutely not. It is not perfect." And so I had to do some evaluation. We had to figure some things out. And we said, how can we help business owners? How can we help them grow from a position of needing money and being self-employed to a place of entrepreneurship and mindset? And so what's the main wall that business owners hit, especially small business owners trying to obtain and grow, and it's finances. So how can we help them get that? By going to the bank. You could be in the bank for 10 years, do business with them for 20 years, and you go in for a business loan,
Absolutely.
and they say absolutely not, right? And so you're hurt. You feel like they should help you. Where do you go?
Where you gonna go? Solo.
There you go.
And-
See
and
there?
I think that's why you and I connected,
Yes.
because what you felt with your father, I see all the time, right? I lived it until I learned differently, right? So I didn't want the business controlling when I get up in the morning and when I come home. You know what I
Yes.
mean? You know, it's funny because as small business people, for years we worked so hard because we don't want a boss. We don't want somebody telling us what to do.
And
But yet we get up earlier than we want.
That's
We
it.
stay later than we want.
Yeah.
So you get all of that,
I
right?
get all of that.
And good quality financing and cash flow at the right time can help you prevent all that. And I
Prevent
think
all
we
that.
connected through that. Like I could tell
Absolutely.
you kind of got it.
Absolutely. I tell people all the time, I never went on a vacation, a family vacation. It was either me and my mom and my father stayed back, or my mom and my dad and I stayed back. But somebody
what
had to
you
work the
talking
business.
about? A Saturday afternoon with a Pop-Tart and a cup of coffee at the laundromat. That's
Listen.
good dad time.
That was my time. That's it. And
I get it.
That's all I got.
That's right.
Right? So my experience was not good. Great father, great provider.
Right.
But we want more than that.
Right.
Right? We want our families to be together and get time, and we don't want to work for our money. We want our money to work for us.
Amen.
There you go.
So we've only got about 30 seconds or so. I'm kind of curious, where are you getting the money from that you can share it with others? Where's that come
And
from?
that is awesome because we have a family of lenders, and they're tailor-made lenders to your business. And so as a bank, you go in and you get one lender. There's certain restrictions here. We have tailor-made. So if you're a trucker, we got a trucking lender. Restaurant,
Let's take a
restaurant
break.
lender.
Let's take a break.
There you go.
You are listening to Local Biz Now, where Solo is in the house. We'll be right back.
Keep it right here. Local
that's
Biz Now
gonna
with
stick.
Joe Bagnone will return
Solo
after
gonna
this
stick.
short break.
Don't tell me no one ever called you that before. Come on. That's got to stick. Come on. That's just perfect. All right. Now we come back.
Mm-hmm.
You guys anything?
No, I think we're good.
Nobody likes him. He got no friends. Nobody likes him.
He's like, I'm fine with that. That's a good slogan he came up for.
Yes. Solo. You see there?
Need to talk to him about
I know, right?
marketing.
I told you Joe is good. Don't let him sleep on you.
Just quick. Got it.
Any questions? You good?
I'm good so far. You're guiding me very well. Just keep.
We have a lot in common. I feel growing up had a business.
Oh, did they?
It scared me for entrepreneurs.
To death.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I said, no, no, no. I ain't doing that. I said, I'm about to go to get a 9 to 5. I got
What
these
you
degrees. So I'm about
described
to
of
use
your
that.
dad is exactly what I would have been if I had the largest closed market environment restaurant concept in the Southeast. So I had a lot of restaurants and convenience stores, coffee shops inside office buildings. So what you described of your father was me. I'm positive that's how I would have treated my son if I hadn't have sold them
Yes.
and moved on. Right. So
Mhm.
I through your eyes, I saw your father
Yes.
and
I
me
was like,
and every business person I have ever met. Right.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then
Until
when
they figure out a way to
Mhm.
to manage the business instead of the business
Who's
managing
managing them.
Yeah.
Yes. And they feel like they want to do everything. And it's like, why? Why do you want to do
Right.
why? That's crazy.
And a lot of times the business is managing them because of the way they set it up. They don't realize
Mindset.
that they've set this thing up that they want to be in charge. And if they're in charge, guess what? Nothing happens
Nothing
without you.
happens. Nothing happens without you. Nothing at all.
Yeah.
And it limits your opportunities.
That's right.
Because you can't do anything else but be there. How are you going to be a visionary if you always working so hard? How are
That's
you
right.
going to think? It's too much. But a lot of business owners don't get that in the beginning.
I guess 30 seconds. Like I said, nobody likes him. He got no friends.
To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
It's Local Biz Now with Joe Bagnone on 105.9 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Yeah. You are listening to the #1 live business talk radio show in North Carolina, coming to you from Burner Cigar Studio. We hope to inspire, inform, and entertain you, because that's what we do here at News Talk WSIC. If it is Monday afternoon, your business matters. We are here with Solo. She is the co-founder of Progressive Business Finance. Solo, let me be clear now, okay?
Yes.
You need to know how to say this. Your business matters. You got to say it right. You got to say it with a little bit of attitude.
Uh-oh.
Now, so it's coming. I'm just warning you in advance because I don't want you to feel like I tricked you, okay? Because you're the new co-host, so I gotta move you into this slowly, okay? So before we dig into because you can't be a co-host without bringing us information we don't have. Before we do that, walk me through how you decided to put together this finance company to help small business people. The pieces to the puzzle, right? They kind of come from different places and they require different skill sets. Can you kind of walk me through that a little bit? Because there's small business people out there and they're thinking, yeah, right. She's just like all the other finance people. Yeah. I've already heard no 3 times. I'm not calling Solo one more time. So I want them to understand that there is a difference.
It is a difference. And one of the main differences that we make and that we pronounce and we want people to know are that with that Progressive Business and Finance is faith-based. And I am here to say that if you have a small business or a business at all, you know that you have to have a higher belief, because you are going to need that higher belief to keep you strong and grounded. And so we are strong and grounded. We believe that we are community-based. We want to get out into the community. We want to see your faces. And we are problem solvers. We're not coming to you with a result before we know your task or what you're doing or how you're trying to run your business, because everybody has a different vision. Everybody has a different, it's like having a baby, right? No one baby is the same. You can have 10 of them, right? But no one baby is the same. So what is your vision? And so I like to sit down with people. I like to understand their business. I like to accommodate them and cater to them, because I want to be a problem solver for you. And so my goal is to be a problem solver. I want to be a connector. I'm a firm believer in networking in the right environment with the right people. And so I need you to know who you are and who you are in your business so that I can connect you. Because
you have clients that come back a second time, or a second loan and a third loan?
All the time. I even have clients that come back that I may not even help them with the loan. I just connected them with the right person that got them to move forward and to thrive and elevate in their business.
Okay, let me just tell you this right now. Julie accepted your nickname. She said, I love it. When you need financing, where you going to go see Solo. She loves it. I just want you to know that.
Listen.
And if Julie likes it, I'm on to something.
Julie, the queen has spoken. There you go.
For those of you that don't know, everybody needs a Julie.
A Julie. There you go.
She also told me stop picking on Wilton. Oh. Told me leave Wilton alone. I'm bothering him. So you can't be a co-host unless you bring something to the table. You have brought something today. It is a list of alternative lending for small business people. Talk a little bit about that. How you want to talk about that?
Now, alternative lending, right? What is it? And a lot of times I assume that business owners know what it is, but I don't want to make an assumption. Alternative lending, that's what we are. We're creative, we are alternative, and that is anything that is outside the traditional credit union aspect of lending, right? And so it can go through so many ways. It could be private lenders, it could be investors, it could be a group of people coming together to help you lend. It could be so many different things. It could be equipment leasing, whatever it is that you may need, we have it. And so in creative lending, we're creative. We have short-term loans, so we do not want to keep you in debt for a long time, correct? And we are seamless. Our applications are not very lengthy and long. We want to understand you. The money can come in as little as 3 to 4, 5 business days. So it's so many advantages to alternative lending.
Solo could get you some cash in 5 days.
And 5 days. Maybe shorter than that, depending on how bad you want it. Ooh. Are you hungry? Are you ready to start this business and move with it? Because I'm ready. So when you come to me, be ready.
So give me a range, like you going to loan $5 or you going to loan $5 million? Kind of give me a range of what your kind of a good client profile is.
A good client profile could be as little as $20,000 to as much as $10 million. How much do you need? How big is your vision? Where do you want to go?
So you gave me a little chart here.
Yes.
I want to read some of the things on the chart because I'm thinking some of it's bull. Number 1, alternative lending. You may not require credit check. I got to be honest with you. That just don't sound right. That ain't natural.
It's not natural. And that's the great thing about creative alternative lending. Everything that you thought about lending in your mind, I want you to release it because we are really good at getting you lending. Now, I'm not going to say credit score. It doesn't not have to be a 700.
Right.
We can start as little as 525.
They got 525. They shouldn't be knocking.
525. And you know what? And I tell business owners, I respect and I even understand 525 because you worked hard for that 525 because you have put in a lot of your own personal and your own blood, sweat, and tears and money to get that business started. So for that 525, I'm going to work with you. Okay. And I'm going to work for you. And I'm proud of you about that.
Okay. 525, I know they've heard no 3 or 4 times.
They've heard it a couple of times. But it's possible.
You mentioned something that's really interesting. You pool investors' money together to help them. How does that work? And I, as a business owner, do I have to deal with 10 different people? How does that work?
Crowdfunding. And that's what they call it when different investors come together to invest in your funds, in your business. And no, you do not have to deal with them. And that's the great thing. So in progressive business and finance, and let me say, my husband, my better half is not here, Sammy Baskins. I always tell people, I am the pretty face. He does all the hard work. So I
that
always
don't surprise me.
I always have to kind of give him that because he does a lot of work.
He got to go find and pull the money. He got to put it all together.
Because he'll ask me, that's it. He'll say, where you get these people from? I'm like, I don't know, but you got to make it work because I ain't got nothing to do with it. I just went out to see him. Now, you make it work.
He's listening right now and he's saying, baby, don't tell him no 520 going to get him money. You know that's what he's saying.
He's like, you making me work hard. I'm like, listen. You shouldn't have sent me out there, right, Emily? Listen here. But yes. And so, no.
I'm on your side.
Right? Yeah. There you go. So as your brokers, we put you together, but we handle all the work. So you don't have to talk to that investor until you are at the very last bit of it. And that is just to explain the terms and you to sign the paperwork because we cannot sign for you. But from there, we're handling it all.
Oh, look at this next one. You got to be out of your mind.
What is that?
You may not have to require to pay the money back. Is your husband's name Bernie Madoff? Did you marry Bernie Madoff's illegitimate son?
That is so funny. Now, you may
'Cause
not
how
have
you
to
gonna
pay
do
the
that?
money back, but there's some investors that want a percentage.
Yeah, equity
Right?
position.
That equity position.
Okay, I
so
got
that's,
you.
That is what
That's
it's
okay.
listed
The
at. Does
statement
that make
was
sense
tricky,
now?
but I got it.
You
Okay.
know how people we word stuff. Yes,
Because your husband was sweating when he
I
heard
know
me
he
read
said
that.
that. He was like, "Who gonna pay you back, honey? Who gonna pay it back, honey? Who gonna pay it back?" No.
Okay, got it. Okay. How often better or small to medium size loan? So essentially what you're saying here is you have a much better track record at small and medium sized loans. So that's really your sweet spot here.
Absolutely, because it's hard sometimes to have a 700 plus credit score and be bringing in 200, 250 annually, especially when you're first starting off, right? It's a task. So that's our sweet spot. Those business owners that can't, their credit score is kind of is whacked out because they've been putting so much of themselves into their
Right.
business. Maybe their profits and revenue it's getting there, but it's not quite there yet. And so that is our sweet spot because it's kind of hard to maintain.
Okay. This last one,
There you go.
it just gives me warm fuzzy. You understand? I grew my business in the 80s.
Did
No
you?
doc loans was it, baby. That was it.
Yeah.
Us small business people could. I need $7,000. Boom. There you go.
There you
so,
go.
but minimum documentation is important for small business people that simply have startups or young companies because there's not a lot of documentation
not.
to that.
We have dealt with a business as young as 1 month old. So how are you going to have a tax return? How
Right.
are you going to have a lot of documentation? So a lot of our business owners, we just really highly recommend no commingling, right? Get your business monthly statements separate from your personal.
Oh, that's such a
big
good
thing.
statement.
That is a big thing because that's what a lot of our lenders, they want to go by. They want to see 3 months, maybe 6 months of your statements to see how you're moving. They just want to know that you're not commingling. So that is so huge for a business starting out.
I didn't realize so many small business people did that.
Oh yes, they don't have accounts. I said, well, do you? And then I say, why not? I wouldn't even want a lender to see my personal statements. Why
Right.
would you even want them to see what you're doing personally? Keep it separate. It's clean. It shows them that you're organized, and it shows them that you have a vision. And that's what you want. You want a vision because if you have a vision, your vision. I always tell people, vision goes way beyond your experiences and what you're living right now.
So you're presenting these goals and aspirations and business plans to investors for your clients. Do you go in together and present this, or do you do it outside of the client?
So usually I do it outside of the client because I understand that business
You're
owners.
doing it better than them, ain't you?
Yes. And they specialize in what they do. They're really good at what they do,
Right.
but what they're not good at is what they don't do.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
So we've had business owners talk their way out of a loan. So we've learned it's not always best for them to meet them at first.
So we got to go to break. If they wanted to reach you, how could they reach you?
Again, our website is www.progressivebusinessfinance.com. My email address is swade-baskins@progressivebusinessfinance.com. And my number is 980-306-4467.
We'll be right back.
We'll return to Local Biz Now with entrepreneur Joe Vagnone in just a moment on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Intros and X. You ought to do more of that instead
We're getting back
of
to typical
instead of
summertime
Justin's
across
wife.
the Lake Norman area as we head into a brand new week, the
What's she
first
doing
full
right now?
week of June. Feel like summer humidity is back. We'll see high temperatures in the mid-80s
Hey,
for this
Justin's wife.
afternoon. With a low chance of a pop-up shower or thunderstorm. Don't expect very much. We'll see
You got to
a
hire
chance for
somebody to
rain,
do that.
chance for pop-up
You
storms
can't do it
increasing a
yourself.
bit through the middle of the week. And that's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
All right, well, I'm not going to pick on you because Julie told me to leave you alone. That's what she said.
If you're ready for a rewarding career, the team at Horn
fired up.
Heating and Air Conditioning is
Oh,
hiring.
I need the
great pay,
sign. You got the
great
sign?
benefits, and a
gotta
great
do
team
this thing at the beginning.
atmosphere. Experience the feeling of HornHVAC.com.
Are you ready?
Prioritizing
Because if you
your
want to
health
leave
is
now,
one of the best ways to take care of
yourself.
yourself.
There's a few doors, though. I don't know.
To the
Thanks, buddy.
illnesses that stop you in your tracks, Iredell Health System will be by your side. Learn more at iredellhealth.org.
Nope, we're good. Thank you.
Cold weather is here, but that
She
doesn't
got
mean
the-
it has
Julie
to be
got your
cold
website
inside.
on the
At
book.
G&B
Okay,
Energy,
everybody can
we
see it.
provide clean and efficient propane to heat your water heater, warm your home, and cook your meals. Even when the power's out, we are a family-owned and North Carolina-grown business
Exactly.
known for fair prices and expert service. Visit G&B Energy today on Intercraft Drive in Statesville or GNBenergy.com. G&B Energy, home of the $480 Renai tankless water heater.
No, I know what happened.
Get
Let me
in
guess.
to Randy
Let me
Marion
guess.
Chevrolet
You guys
in
ate pizza
Statesville.
together.
At the
didn't you?
Chevrolet
We haven't
store,
even
pizza
gone. No, we
seasoned
went-
continues.
we
What's that mean? It means deep
She usually
discounts,
sticks to
huge
restaurants. We
selection
done been
on
out
Silverados, Colorados. I tell you, Randy Marion
And
Chevrolet in
it's supposed to
Statesville,
be.
we've got the four-wheel drive.
She love pizza?
She'll be your
double
friend
cab,
for
regular
life.
You
cabs,
done gave me
any
something.
color,
I'm about
any
to say,
style.
I might
Billy
really
Jean
look
Pizza,
Where?
$4. All it
Discounts
costs,
during
right
truck
there in
season.
Statesville.
Randy Marion
You'll
Chevrolet
be
in
her best
Statesville.
friend.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Randy Marion, Statesville.com.
I'm saying, Julie,
This
you
is
ain't
the
tell me you
Bloomberg
like
Money
pizza.
Minute. Just minutes to go ahead of
yeah.
Wall Street's closing
did not
bell, and
tell me you
stocks
like
are on
pizza,
track to kick
Julie.
off the new month of June, mostly to the downside on worries about just how strong the U.S. economy
Emily, are you
really
ready?
is.
I'm
After
ready.
U.S. manufacturing contracted.
Now, what do
in
I have to
May.
say again? Well,
Right
you're
now, it's got the
your
Dow down
business
0.5%.
your
The
business
Nasdaq,
matter.
though, 1/4%
I thought we
higher.
were gonna do that
The S&P
once I'm done.
500 down
Make sure you
about
get
1/10 of
the
a percent.
emphasis on the
Yo.
right
Popular
syllable.
meme stocks are
Attitude
jumping
is the
higher
way I
again
describe
after
it,
the
but that's
social
right.
media investor
right.
slash influencer
It
known as
matters.
Warren Kitty posted what appears
Kind
to
of like
show
the
he owns
McDonald's. I'm loving it.
$160
You know,
million
you
worth
gotta
of stock in
emphasize
GameStop.
that.
I'm really
Shares of
sarcastic,
that
by the
video
way.
game
It may not
retailer
translate
right
well
now
on
at
the radio.
30%, shares of GameStop up about 14%.
Well, she's like you.
There you
There's
go.
a merger that's shaking up Hollywood. Paramount Global, the owner of Paramount Studios, CBS, MTV, and more, has apparently accepted an $8 billion merger offer from the movie production company Skydance Media. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
Call now to speak with Joe Bagnone at 844-CDO4. It's Local Biz Now on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Yeah. This is the #1 live talk business show in North Carolina, coming to you live from Burner Cigar Studio. We hope to inspire, inform, and entertain you, because that's what we do. I am Joe Vagnone. This is Local Biz Now. And every Monday afternoon, Solo, you ready? Say it, say it, say it, say it.
Your business matters.
Yeah! All right,
Okay.
nice. You got prepped for that before we did that.
I know.
Okay. All right. Hey, Wilton, fire it up, buddy.
Thoughts of putting out fires may be intense, but relaxation can be just as powerful. I'm Josh Johnson, and when I'm not at the firehouse, I'm unwinding at Burner Cigar. Join me in experiencing blazing relaxation, the perfect way to kick back and enjoy the moment.
This sign will get you a free cigar. For those of you live on the radio, I'm holding up a sign that says, "This cigar is on Joe." If you go by Burner Cigar, hold up this sign, drop it onto your Facebook or your YouTube or your X or your chain or whatever it is you do. The next cigar is on me. Go by Burner Cigar in Birkdale Village. It is an exceptional place. They have any cigar you will want. If they don't have them, they'll get them for you. And your first cigar is on me. Thank you so much. And we appreciate Burners being the sponsor of this show as well. Okay, now we ready to go? Every month we have a new co-host. And Solo, you have officially transformed in for a co-host. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Our next guest is Emily Green. She is the founder and CEO of Grace Communications. Emily, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Oh.
Round of applause.
Yes.
That means Wilton likes you. That's what that means.
Thank you. I like you.
Okay, Emily, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. We met because one of your clients is Matt Darty, which is, I had to beg you to get him on the show, and you helped us do that, and I appreciate that.
Oh, of course. course.
And of
Yeah.
course, as I was prepping to figure out how to talk you into sending in my way, I realized, hey, this girl's big time. I like her. All right. So you fit well within what we
Flattery
do.
is great. Thank you. Any more flattery? Yeah, I like that.
So give us an idea what Grace Communications is all about.
Yeah, so we are a marketing agency. We're based here in Charlotte, but we work with clients all over the country. Our main services are public relations, event planning, social media, and business development. I really started the agency because I wanted to make a difference in the world, and I wanted to do that through the clients that we serve. So we look for clients that have heart. I always say it's cheesy, but at this point, it's not. It really is. We've worked across all industries, all different sizes. We're in 10 different states, but all of our clients have that in common. They all have heart, and they're growth and community focused. So it's really, really awesome.
So what does a good client profile look like? Who is that? Because, you know, I did not know, I'm embarrassed to say this, who Matt Doherty was. I'm not a basketball person, so I didn't know. It was Julie that said, do you realize who he is? And I just read an article that he wrote that was exceptional.
Yep.
And so for me, I was coming at him from a completely different vantage point, which was his business view on things. So it seems like your clients have these like different personalities or different lifestyles. So what is a good profile?
Yeah. So we work with people that are celebrities like Coach Matt Doherty. And then we work with national companies like Faithful Companion, Pet Cremation Services, quite different, right, than Coach Matt Doherty. We also, we work with Kimco Realty. It's a almost $1 billion company with properties, I think over 500 properties. So it's not really the industry or the size. It's really what I look at is that like special sauce that they have. I look for those clients where I feel we can grow with them, and they do have, like I said, that heart. So they're making a difference in some way. You know, Matt Doherty is amazing in that way. He's always helping out the community. He's always looking for ways to make a difference. And he's also always looking to grow in all aspects of his life. And every one of our clients has that in common. So it's kind of a not great. I don't have like a cookie cutter client profile.
So
you have to
I'm
see
curious,
for a fit.
do they come to you and know what they want from you, or do you meet them and realize, hey, dude, you need this, this, and that? How does that work?
Sometimes they think they know what they need and want. And then we gracefully let them see what we think, and usually come to terms with that. Most of the time, they know they need help in one of those areas. So they come to us, needing that. And then we kind of go or grow from there, because we are the experts in that. So they want to know from us, what should we do? What are the strategies we should do on social? What should we do on with public relations? And a lot of times they don't even think they're good enough to get PR, which is so sad. I'm like, everyone can get some sort of PR. It's just the kind that you might be able to get.
I can't imagine how much PR has changed over the last 10 years. I mean, it's my brother 30 years ago graduated college with a marketing degree, and he said, Joe, everything has changed from what I learned, So talk about that change, because you're almost like this tax accountant that's just every week having to reevaluate what changes are going on.
Yeah, I think social media is a big part of that, because that has creeped into all of those things I talked about. PR and social media definitely overlap, and it changes every single day. They're always adding new things. There's just constant change. I love that because I thrive in chaos, but I think you have to have that mindset where every day you're like, okay, what new opportunity can I find here? You have to be able to stay on top of it. If you're someone that, loves routine and the same thing, not a good fit for you to be in this field. But it just every day changes, and you just have to keep up with those trends and then be able to figure out how to use those for each of the clients.
Okay, Emily Chaos Green, let me ask a question. How did you get started? Now, you don't have to go back to 1963.
My gosh, how old do you think I am?
But you didn't wake up on a Tuesday and say, I want to go into PR. So kind of walk me through a little bit of your background.
It was last Tuesday, actually, that I did decide that.
And how did you come up with the name Grace Strategy?
Okay,
Grace
so I'll answer that
Communications.
first. A lot of people think that it's because I'm ultra religious or something like that, and I do have a strong faith. But when I was younger, I thought I was going to be a famous writer. So my fake name I would write out as Elizabeth Grace. I would write it constantly. I thought it was a beautiful name.
Really?
So that word, like Grace, kind of, I was thinking of that when I started my business. And then it kind of morphed into what we're known for. Now people, all of our clients have said it in some way to me, like, you and your team are so graceful. You guys get stuff done. You're productive. You get the results, but you do it in a way that makes us feel calm. A lot of people don't do that. They are not that calm force. And I don't ever want to be that aggressive agency. We're assertive, but we're graceful in our approach. And how I got into it is I was actually a Target manager for like 2 years right out of college. And
I want people to know that's no joke.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of moving parts to that.
Lots of moving parts. And I really enjoyed it. And I thought management was really what I was going to do. And my store manager at the time, we were the go-to store in Cape Girardeau, Missouri for all the local media, because we were the only retail outlet store that would like let them come in and do interviews. He did not want to be on camera. So he was like, you do it. And I'm like, I guess I have to say yes. So I remember I did my first live interview for Black Friday, and it was such a rush. And I thought, ooh, this is kind of cool.
I like this.
Yeah, I kind of like this. And so that's when I decided I wanted to go back and get my master's degree in advertising and marketing communications. And it kind of led from there. And about a year into that program, I got my first marketing position with Simon Property Group. And I started kind of leading PR and things through that property, and then on kind of a national scale with them too.
What led you to North Carolina?
Well, it was Simon Property Group. I was transferred here, and I was the director of marketing for Concord Mills. And then I got recruited.
That was a lot of fun, I bet.
Yeah, it was. It was a really, really fun job. And I actually lived in Huntersville when I first moved here. Love Lake Norman. And then I got recruited by Northwood Retail for a national sponsorship position. And I was like, okay, I'm ready for a national position. This is cool. And 8 months in, they eliminated my position. And I had just met my now husband at the same time. He's from here. And I was like, I'm stuck. I can't move. That sounds terrible. No, I love it here. I knew I wanted to stay here. But that really kind of solidified, like, these are where I'm going to put my roots. And I had about 3 different people just unsolicited. They found out I was looking for a job, and they're like, why are you trying to get a position? Why aren't you doing your own thing? And I'm like, how do they know I want to do my own thing? But it was almost like a higher power was saying, like, you shouldn't be in corporate anymore. You need to start your own agency. And so I just did it. My husband, he was my boyfriend at the time. He was like, I've got your back. You know, I'll support whatever choice you have. And I'd never had that. I never had that, like, unwavering support.
Right.
And so that kind of gave me the courage. And then all these unsolicited people, I was like, I think I should do this. And I just did it.
Now, Emily, this is a silly question. I know that customers, they know what they want, but they don't know what they need. So how do you gracefully tell a customer you're crazy? That's not going to work.
I think for us, it's doing what we call a marketing audit. Okay. And where if I feel like there's a disconnect, I'm like, I think this is a really good time to do a marketing audit. And we come at it from like that scientific way. And we present it, you know, in that way. And usually when we do it like that, they're like, oh, okay. And it's almost like their idea.
There you go. Gracefully. There you
go.
So
so I've got a question on Facebook. They're asking an example of a challenge and how you solved it. When we come back, let's talk about that. Okay. You are listening to Local Biz Now. I am Joe Vagnone. I'm here with Solo Progressive Business and Emily Green, Grace Communications. We'll be right back.
More Local Biz Now with Joe Vagnone is coming up on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Good job, guys. Flying through last segment.
How come I don't get no clapping? I get no clapping.
It really
no
does
introduction,
go
no clapping, no nothing. Emily comes in and you clapping up a storm.
I know. I wanted to give Solo clapping too, but you just hopped right into that.
There you go.
The solo gonna stick.
The solo's gonna stick. There you go.
The solo gonna stick. Is there some questions or direction you want us to go? Are you good with where we're headed?
I think it's great what you guys are doing. Feels natural and
you
it's
have a
good.
question, so are you
Is
thinking
she a
about your answer?
Because she a professional.
I know.
If she don't like something, she gonna tell you.
I'm gonna spin it to win it.
She
If I
might.
don't like it, I'll spin
She
it to
might
win it.
wait till after Facebook is off the air, then she'll tell you.
You won't. You'll take it as a compliment. Even if it's not. Yeah. This is why no one trusts marketing people. Right? That's so funny.
Okay, so we come back. The question is, what is an example of PR challenges that your agency had to solve for a client? We kind of want to get an idea for what it is you do to help solve something.
That makes sense.
And I'm sure you do that all
You
the
jumping
time.
right in. Let me tell you, most co-hosts, they don't even ask you a question the first week.
Really?
Yeah.
I try to listen. So I can say. Really?
Okay. Julie said there should be clapping for Joe.
Is that?
Now, Wilton, that's what Julie said. Now, I should be able to read all this stuff on the board, but I can't read it, Emily. I got no idea what's going on.
Look at Emily.
I got no idea.
There's so many numbers. I don't do numbers.
Hey, can you make that a little bit smaller? Because it's a little bit, the logo.
It's
It
about
would
the
fit
camera
better.
frame.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It would fit better behind her if.
Right. The way the camera's angled.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna.
Got it. Okay.
20 seconds.
Are we ready, ladies?
We're ready.
Yes.
Now more Local Biz Now with Joe Bagnone on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Yeah. Welcome to the #1 live talk business show in North Carolina. I am Joe Bagnone. This is Local Biz Now, and I'm here with Solo, co-owner of Progressive Business Finance, and Emily Green, founder and CEO of Grace Communications. And if it's Monday afternoon, Solo, say it, say it, say it, say it.
Where your business matters.
Yeah. All right. Emily, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. So you got a question on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready to answer it?
I'm ready.
Which is, give us an idea of a challenge that a client had and how you solved it for us.
Yeah, I think a common challenge, and wouldn't just be one that has had this, is they want to establish more credibility in their field. That is one of the major goals, really, of all marketing, but especially public relations, is making you that industry leader.
Right.
And one great way to do that is to be on shows like this.
Yes.
So figure out what is your target demographic. What industries, you could be across a couple industries, but like what are those specific industries you're trying to outreach in? And then really dialing down into the different types of media and then programs within that you could become part of. So podcasts are huge. I feel like since COVID and the pandemic, podcasts have exploded, and they're great to reach those niche markets. So that's one thing we always try to do is get you those guest spots on podcasts, or if you want to start your own, that's also great. Local news, so being that go-to source in your industry for the local media. So keeping up with the trends in the news, if you're in real estate and there's a big story about some sort of like upswing in interest rates or something like that, we want you to be the one that's like the spokesperson to talk to about that. So that's where we can help with pitching and everything like that.
Emma, hearing you say this, it gives us such pride here at Local Biz Now and with Julie and WSIC. We've been doing that for over 10 years, and we've been telling people for years, come on in, not only will we put you live on the air, but we'll give you the video where you then can share it to some of these other medias and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to hear that we're helping.
I'm endorsing that.
That's right.
That is
That's right.
that is a great thing to do. And see, I get.
Oh, now.
Thank you. I would
Wilton
just
was
like
waiting
that.
for the right moment for that clap to come in.
Can that like follow me around? That would make me feel really good. But there's so many different things, and a lot of the PR and credibility is online. So that's where the social media and like kind of gray area between those two. But collaborating with different influencers, figuring out your voice and what you want to be known for. So when you were talking about kind of what you focus on and kind of your heart. And even with a marketing agency, a lot of marketing agencies, they don't know who they are. They help everybody else, but they have no idea who they are and what they stand for.
Okay, so I've had a theory on this. I want to get an expert opinion. Solo, why are you looking at me like that? This could be a really good opinion I got coming.
Listen,
you give me that look.
We're waiting for the drum roll, right? We're just waiting.
She gave me that look like, oh boy, will you just let Emily talk? Okay, listen. So
no, I want to hear this.
Yeah, right.
That expertise should be limited in focus so that you can pinpoint exactly what you want to. It's easier to be that one thing instead of this. Do you accept that? Is that a comfortable way to approach it? Because if not, Joe can't be the best business broker in the whole world, right? But he can be the best in North Carolina for small business. Like I can narrow down the scope, and then it's easier to be more credible.
Right. You can't appeal to everyone. If you try to appeal to everyone, you appeal to no one because they don't know why they should work with you. So you want to attract the clients that you want to work with. So you're not constantly having to do all of the outreach. So
and not only that, you're not wasting your time.
Not wasting your time.
Because it becomes a waste because you get those clients that you really don't want to work with. They become timely, consuming, and you lose finances. You lose opportunities because you don't know. So you need to know who you are.
You do. And it's the decision making becomes a lot easier when you figure that out. And I, as an agency, we were so busy with our clients. That's why I'm saying this. I don't think I had even defined our core values and things until about 2 years in. I'd already had them. I was kind of living them, but I didn't really define them. And once I did, and once I really figured out where we stand compared to other agencies, oh my gosh, it made everything clear. And I was able to walk away from like some big clients.
Because every opportunity is not the right opportunity for you, right?
Ladies, she hit right where my mind was going. The hardest part about that is you do have to walk away.
You do.
That's not easy to do.
Yeah.
No.
And that's why I say it's so important to know other people because you can say, that's a good opportunity for Emily, but for me, that's not in my focus.
We're not a good match.
Exactly.
And
you have to know
I have this whole thing. It's called It's a Match. And I do like speaking on it. And it's how business and dating are similar. And it really is about that because how many times when you're dating, you're like, oh, it's not you, it's me. But like there is, if you don't have the chemistry, if you're
it's not you, it's me.
Yeah,
I
you
love
know
that.
what I mean? Yeah.
I've never heard it put in a business setting, but as soon as you said it, I got it.
Sense, right?
But it makes it like, you're like, oh, okay, so it's not personal necessarily, kind of, because personalities maybe don't match, but it helps the rejection. And it also helps you realize like you're saving yourself so much future pain if you walk away and you cut it off gracefully right from the start, because some people you're just not going to work well with. You're not good for them either.
Now,
and Emily, what Solo says is true, which is you also can say, and how about if I give you a referral to somebody else?
So you're helping someone else's business because they're better. So now when you bring your customers do this, how much has their business improved? I mean, financially, structurally, in so many ways of just knowing who you are, it opens up a window. Because I tell all my business owners, your net worth, work is your net worth.
Very true.
So if you're a trucker and while you're in a place with designers, you just don't go to anything.
Don't say yes to everything.
There you
Absolutely
go.
not.
And you really are defining the credibility even more, because if you say no,
Yes.
then they get that you are good at this,
Right.
and
Right.
you're willing to send them someplace else. So that's
Yes.
a really important piece of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
So another question on Facebook is, do you do much crisis management? Nowadays, somebody beating up on Joe on the tubes, and making fun of Joe on the book.
Oh, man.
Do you get some of that stuff happening?
Yeah, that's not really our specialty. That can be a whole nother thing. I do have someone on my team specifically for that, so we can take that on kind of case by case. That's not my specialty, but it is hers, so she's able to do that. So that's something I learned pretty early on as well. I can still expand what I offer by my team.
Right.
And I make that super clear up front, because some business owners don't do that, and people get upset if they don't work directly with the owner. And it's
But
like,
add-on
yeah,
services are valuable.
They are.
When you
absolutely
push in add-on services,
Yes.
it's valuable.
Yeah.
And you're collaborating with other businesses. Again, it's how you grow, right? Because you don't want to do
totally
everything.
is.
Yes.
I definitely don't.
So and part of your services, you talk about marketing consulting.
Yes.
What is different about marketing consulting and PR? Because that's small
Yeah.
business people. It gets a little fuzzy for us.
So consulting, in my mind, it's more strategy. It'd be like, instead of me taking over your Facebook page and actually doing the post and creating the content, it would be me talking to you and teaching you how to do it yourself. So the consulting piece is really people that don't want to relinquish that control. They want to learn how to do it themselves. So with PR, it'd be teaching them how to do pitching, maybe helping them on a few of them, and then kind of they fly free from there. The actual services that we would offer is we come in, we do the pitching for you, we book your interviews, we do the, talking points. We really do the whole process. So that's kind of the difference.
So one of the things I noticed you do surprised me, which is events.
Yes.
Talk about that, because I would not have thought that fit with what it is you do.
Well, events go hand in hand with PR. Some people argue that they're kind of one and the same, because events are huge for building who you are and your brand and all of that. Like with Matt Dougherty and his podcast, doing the live events was huge for getting his name out there and working with different partners. We also plan events for Kimco Realty all over at their different shopping centers, and it creates community. And community is huge in getting leads and getting your name out there.
I would not have thought that.
Yeah. No, I mean, you have to use them wisely. And I think, again, I'm very much into goals. So it's, why are you wanting to hold this event? Are you trying to make money? Like if it's a nonprofit, could be fundraising. But you need to have that in mind, because some people want to do everything with an event. They want to raise a crazy amount of money. They also want to do, just so many different things, and it's not realistic. So keeping that in mind, and keeping in mind too that a lot of events are actually you're going to lose money, but you're gaining awareness, and you could get quite a few clients out of it.
And
if you
people
it
do
right.
business with they like, love,
They
and
do.
respect, right?
And a signature event can live beyond you, and that's really awesome.
So if somebody wanted to reach you, Emily, how could they do that?
Well, they can go on the website, gracecommunicationsagency.com. They can email me at emily@gracecommunicationsagency.com. I would give out my cell phone, but I don't want to. So those are the best ways.
We only have a minute, but somebody that's thinking about, do they need a PR agency or not? What advice would you give them? Like they're just not sure.
Well, I mean, you do have to have a certain amount of budget to be able to afford the monthly services. So if you're just starting out and you're not sure, book consulting. That would be my first thing to say, because that will really allow us to talk and dig down and see what we would recommend, and it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. But everyone needs to be seen and heard. If you're a business that's wanting to grow, and you can't stay the same. You're either going to go backwards or you're going to go forward. So you got to do something, and I'd rather go forwards personally.
Okay, great.
So yeah, everyone.
Emily, thank you so much.
Of course.
You are listening to Emily, founder and CEO of Grace Communication Agency. Also, I'm here with Solo, co-owner of Progressive Business and Finance. We'll see you next week. Do it.
Where your business matters.
Yeah!
Serving you better than ever before. WSIC.